So the origins of this loadout date 2 years ago when I first used Cold-Blooded in a loadout with FAG, because Cold-Blooded helped me not to die to stealth choppers. And then in the next video, which is shown as 1 year ago, but it was like a season right after, I used Cold-Blooded in regular loadouts as well. BP50 Dominance era was the best for this loadout because it just fit the whole thing perfectly. But after a few naps to the BP50, the loadout was of course weakened. However, the addition of the wildcard grid as well as the wraps pushes it back, and I think that this loadout is just absolutely diabolical. Which is understandable considering that this is a result of 2 years of working with the setup. And so, the things that you must have are the perks, the scorestreaks, the throwable, the trophy system, the equalizer, and some sort of a melee, but the main weapon it can be anything you want to use for as long as it is like good at mid-range and has many bullets. Now the equalizer is here to get the expensive scorestreaks consistently because you get a few kills with your main weapon, also some bonus scorestreak points when you are playing OBG, and when you just switch to equalizer, get more kills, and suddenly you have all the scorestreaks unlocked. Molotov is here because Dauntless makes you not burn as much to it, like you can just walk around on Molotov, you will not die. And it is good to just secure some areas so enemies cannot reach the RPG for instance, or just rack up some kills. Trophy system is here to protect you from the frag grenades, because there will be many of those thrown into the OBG area. Scorestreaks UV is a must because you need to know what your enemies are doing. And wraps with cluster strike is just a deadly combo, because it is like, I would say, a full pure map control. You drop cluster on a hot zone and when wraps are rolling around killing enemies and it is just chaos. And sometimes it even gives me extra wraps, like I drop them both and when enemies are dying and I get with scorestreaks again. And that is just absolutely powerful. Now the perks. So Dauntless is just absolute must because you can walk through Molotovs, you can walk through cryo bomb, that radiation emitting thing that slows you down, etc. You do not burn, so even the Thermite Mag Manowar does less damage to you, and so on, and it is just crucial because the mobility is needed here. Skulker is good with Dead Silence because you can walk faster, not sprint but walk. You can also just strafe better, so when you're using your mid-range weapon you have better mobility, which is absolutely great. And everything just works together, like the Dauntless, the Dead Silence and the Skulker, it is just a great trio. And then the final piece is the Cold-Blooded, which makes you immune to shock RCs, stealth choppers, hunter-killer drones, if not from the swarm but like the regular single ones, the sentry guns, and pretty much I think a few more things as well. But so yeah, with this loadout you are immune to the many things that your enemies are using against you in order to make the game difficult, and you also have great scorestreaks, you have equalizer, you are protected with Cold-Blooded, so you can just focus on getting the scorestreaks, using the equalizer, using your main gun, playing OBG, and I think that this setup is just perfect, and the playstyle it kind of has to be aggressive slaying plus OBG. Or rather, you first go to OBG, you get kills, you get some bonus scorestreak activations, because when you are in OBG, it also fuels your scorestreaks. Then you push out, either with equalizer or just with your main gun, and you unlock the scorestreaks yourself, and then you start just dominating further. And if you've been watching my videos for a longer time, you must have noticed that I was using this setup in many loadouts since the addition of the wildcard, but now I have the gameplay with M13 and AK117. Both of these guns are not top-notch tier meta, but like we had the Mythic finally unlocked this season, and M13 is coming back soon. The redux of the Mythic, so I just was using them, and this gameplay is just really good to illustrate that the weapon does not even have to be the top-notch meta choice. Which is also why I was hiding the weapon, so you could take a screenshot of this setup without being like misguided that I tell you to use M13 or AK117. And now the gameplay.
Blade. Dai, non riesco a mettere un cazzo io, ragazzi.
Vabbè.
Vabbè.